put something away for my family. And once I do that, my son Chan, and my daughter Mumu, fam, my son Kaden, once I got them straight, then it's whatever. I might be able to like say fuck it. Fall off a cliff. Nah, I'm never gonna fall off a cliff. I'm always going,
fuck it and chill.
Nah, you know what it is? I'm gonna keep it real with you, Champ, and this is what Mike has to understand. I know he will relate. Let's Go Champ, this whole turning point in my life with this mantra, slogan, movement gave me purpose. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because every day when I look in my inbox and I see a kid, a mother, a father, a daughter saying, Champ, thank you for inspiration.
Yeah.
I was suicidal when I heard your story, and it's just
that's it.
It's it, Champ. You feel me? When I meet brothers like, I was walking down the street, I met a brother named Jimmy Jam. You know what I mean? He's from the Originals, and we kicked it. I liked his vibe, but that's what Let's Go Champ did.
Yeah.
That's what this viral is going right. Being myself, and he asked me who would I be. This allowed me to be this. When I took my first hit, and I started crying, and I cut my hair off, and I started saying Let's Go Champ, led me to here I am, sitting with Mike Tyson and yourself. Look at you, Champ. I'm so happy to be here. This shit gonna hopefully take me to another level. You feel me?
Yeah.
Of meeting more people, inspiring more people around the world to say, you know what, Shannon didn't give up, so I ain't giving up. Mike ain't give up, I ain't giving up. You feel me?
Those are the words of Shannon the Cannon Briggs. Shannon Briggs, of course, is current, former, two-time heavyweight champion of the world. And he fought in the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s. He's fought guys like Lennox Lewis, George Foreman, Vitaly Klitschko. So he's been in there. He's had his pound of flesh, and he's had his highs and he's had his lows. And one thing about Shannon the Cannon now is his own personality. Okay, he is like he is his own revived personality, and Let's Go Champ. He was explaining on Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson. Okay, if you haven't seen it, I saw the whole podcast. It was absolutely beautiful. The way he gelled with Mike Tyson, the similarities and the things that they had in common, the references, the landmarks, the streets, the neighborhood, they grew all up together. And Shannon the Cannon went through a lot. Okay, he had somewhat of a Buster Douglas / Tyson Fury like testimony. Okay, not only did he get 400 pounds at one point, he also dealt with mental illness, and he contemplated suicide, and it was the crossroads for him. Okay, and for whatever reason, maybe God intervened and gave him this thought, gave him this slogan, gave him this momentum slogan, Let's Go Champ. Let's Go Champ would just remind him of, hey, I can make a difference. Okay, I can be that person that I set out to be. I can inspire other people. I didn't give up. And it's people, he's made his own website, like you guys heard him explain, that he helps other people. Okay? He's been to the gutters. He's been on top. He's had the money. He's had the fame. He's been back in poverty. He's going back up again. It's one of those things, it's a gradual progression of what happens when you don't give up on life. Okay? And a lot of people give Tyson Fury props. They should, because he's another example. But guess what? This is also another example. And Shannon the Cannon, he explained this in his entirety. That the things that he went through, the stuff that he that he had. His mother didn't have this. His mother did, his father didn't have that. But he was able to intervene. He was able to see the things, and he's thankful about that. And a lot of times it's a part of the process, because when you deal with mental illness, I was just going to, I went to get some pizza last night, and mental illness, I went into an old coworker, right? And she was telling me that I suffer from mental illness, and I can identify with now hearing mental illness issues because of guys like Shannon the Cannon and Tyson Fury and other people that dealt with this, okay? Because remember something, people. With mental illness, especially with boxing, okay? This is still a boxing topic. Some people didn't make it out that dealt with mental illness due to damage to the brain. A lot of times, like Junior Seau, he's a football player, but it's damage he took, okay? It was one of those things where the damage you took makes you suicidal. It gives you crazy thoughts. You know, these thoughts come into your head due to the violence that you've already taken. Others, stress, anxiety, other things like that. All that is examples of mental illness. Okay? And now you hear it, it's more of a common thing, and I don't think people really knew about it back then. I think it's been around for a very long time, everywhere from a soldier that comes back from war, or a football player, or a boxer that took too many blows, or whatever, and then they're dealing with these type of illness, okay, due to damage to your brain, okay? And you have to remember that these guys never gave up, because there are situations, like I said, that people, did kill themselves. I'm not going to put Arturo Gatti in there, because I just refuse to believe that. But Alexis Arguello's one, right? Is it Billy Collins Jr., the one Jose Resto beat? And he just, mental illness, depression. It's another mental illness, people. When you're depressed, that's a mother sucker. All right? And Shannon the Cannon, he, it's one of those things you have to take each day at a time and be thankful for each and every moment that you're involved in, because you could have done other things like Alexis Arguello did. So this is a real illness. Mike Tyson, he's been through those type of things himself. But of course, Mike Tyson was what? Older. So he was in a different era. So those things really weren't so common back then like they are now. So people like Tyson Fury, like Shannon the Cannon Briggs, they're bringing these issues to the forefront because there are a lot of people that's dealing with these type of situations. Okay? And I thought it was worth mentioning in Counterpunching, because it was great to see Shannon the Cannon. Even though these guys might get it on one day, it just shows you that other issues are apparent in this everyday world. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about Shannon the Cannon speaking his testimony about mental illness and the Let's Go Champ movement. I will leave the link below. Let you guys check out the full episode of Hot Boxing with Mike with Shannon the Cannon. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunched. Peace.